Happy Winter Wednesday. Let me fix my video. Definitely got my head chopped off there. All right, you can see me better now. Let me come in a little bit. Oh, hang on just a second. Technical difficulties. Okay, take two. I'm back. All right, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Win It Wednesday. As you're hopping on, just say hey. Tell me where you are watching from. Let me know if today is your first time. I have got a fun project I'm bringing to you today. So I'm so glad that you've chosen to join me. All right, so today we have a question of the day, and that is, what do you think of when you hear spring? So if someone says to you, spring is coming, what do you think of? What comes to mind when you think of spring? I'm gonna just pop on my, first of all, silence my phone so I don't have to hear myself in stereo. Hi from Ohio. Hey, Sharon. And Alicia, hi there. Wow, okay, everybody's coming in hot. All right, so let me just hop on Facebook so I can see you guys' comments a little bit better. On the screen, it's kind of hard for me to see. But, okay, so today we're going to work on a project together, and today is Win It Wednesday. So if you are just hopping on, please just sprinkle the love around. Share. Here we go. Now I can see them. Hey, green grass. All right, Beverly. That's what you think of. Spring flowers. Hey, Leslie from North Carolina. We're also in North Carolina. No more snow, Deborah says. And then she said it twice. No more snow. Okay, and piece together Easter. Okay, so that's what you guys are thinking about when you think of Easter. All right, so the stencil that you could win today is our retired stencil, and it is called My Heart Says Cupcake. So the part says, my head says Jim, but my heart says cupcake. And at the bottom it says, eye rolling is my cardio. So that is a retired stencil, and whoever wins today is going to get this retired stencil. Okay, so the question of the day, remember, is when you think of spring, what comes to mind? Okay? Alrighty, so I am going to hop into my project for the day, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. I'm just rearranging some stuff to get it out of my way. Okay, today's question, what do you think of when you hear spring? Right, flowers and bloom and beach weather. Yes. Alright, so today's project, I am going to bring to you, okay, I still got my head cut off a little bit, but we'll roll with it. I am going to work with you on our beaded carrot kit. Okay, it's a DIY kit, and it comes like this. It's got so many fun things in it. It's got a whole bunch of the twine. It's like let me take the things out of the package so you can see what they are, okay? So, North Carolina here too, Gwen says. March, flowers. All right, so it comes with this whole big mess of red and white, like baker's twine. So that comes in this kit. I mean, it's such a... Listen, you guys, you can make this kit. You can make another kit. Okay, but there's so much stuff in here. And I was actually thinking about using this to make a garland, but I went another way today. We've got some twine, and I'm going to use this in our project, as well as it also comes with two different open this up, two different ribbons. I mean, you guys, there's just so much going on here. So we've got two ribbons with this gingham green and white, and one that is just like a plain, not a plain. All right, can you guys see that? I can't think of the word. What's the word? I don't know. Some kind of like burlap. All right, and then it comes with all these carrots. I mean, all these beads that we're going to use to make carrots. Okay, so that wasn't going to be good enough. Crystal was saying, hey, could you do one where you think it's like in something, the carrots look like they're in something? And what the heck? Let's give it a shot. So we're going to use the DIY beaded carrot kit. Okay, so that's one of the items that we're using. Another item, I just pulled off some of these. These come in a 2-pack. They are our, let me see if you guys can see that very well. Okay. They come in a 2-pack. These are our medium cutting boards, and I've taken the liberty of painting one of them white just so we can use them on our project, and you guys don't essentially have to wait for the paint to dry. And then I decided that I want to add a little bit more flair to my project, so I'm also going to be using these rolling pins spring 12-pack. It's sort of, it is a theme that we're using across the board with all the different seasons now. We're making these words smaller so you can use them on so many things. All right, so I'm going to use this, and let's get down to it. So I've got the beaded carrot kit. I've got my stencil, my spring word, it's not called spring words, that's another one, rolling pin spring 12-pack. I've got my painted medium-sized cutting board from the 2-pack, and then I also pulled in some burlap. I've got some burlap. Wait till you guys see what I make. I got some burlap, and then I also just pulled out some random pieces that I had of like this duck cloth. Okay, I have got my glue gun heating up, so away we go. All right, I also have one other thing I wanted to show you guys, and if you've been watching some of my reels, you might have seen this before. But I'm going to grab some of this raffia, and I don't have any raffia that is green. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of it, and I'm going to make it green. So the way that I did that, I'm going to do it and set it aside because I want to use it on this project, but I don't want it to be wet when I'm using it. So I'm going to paint it green, all right? So we're going to do this first, and then we'll move on to the rest of it. And I'll show you how I'm going to use it. Just trust me. Trust me. All right, so with the raffia, I'm just taking a bunch of it like this, and then I'm going to take one of our little trays here, and I'm going to grab some ink. This is, I believe, the emerald ink. And I like to put just a teeny bit of this, and I've also got a paintbrush. And I'm going to take a little bit of this. Oh, I can just use the paintbrush. A little bit of this and put it in this tray. Let me put just a smidge more. You don't need a whole lot. So you see that? And then I'm going to add a little bit of water. Garrett says, I think of rain and thunderstorms. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of water because we're going to use this to basically like stain our raffia. I guess you could do this with chalk paste, but I feel like ink is just lasting. It's permanent, right? So that's what I'm going to use. So you see, it is watery, almost like a watercolor. So then I'm just going to take this. Let me set this aside so I don't get it on that. I'm just going to take this and basically just run it over my raffia. And I've got a piece of, you can see I have a piece of parchment paper sitting down here so that I don't get it all over myself. All right, if I find that it's too watery, I'll just put a little bit of ink in there and start again. You really can't go wrong on this. You can even match colors. If you wanted to put a little bit of brown in this, that would be cool too. But you know, the raffia, it starts already as like a neutral color. So I probably wouldn't do that. Spring is my favorite time of the year. All right. Also, mushroom hunting in our woods. What? Mushroom. So, Mary, how do you know which ones are the right ones to eat? June, I think of crocuses and daffodils on beautiful sunny days. Yes, I love to see those crocuses peek their little heads out, right? When they are ready, I'm like, spring is on. All right, I'm going to mix a little bit more. All right. Now, this green, I personally don't care that it's like super duper green, but that's up to you, what you want to do, and any sort of like project that you're going to use it with. I made some wood carrots in that I used these as the, like, you know, the, what do you call that? The sprouts, you know, the leaves, whatever, that are above ground. I put this on the top and they turned out super cute. So, all right, but you can see this is going to need a little bit of time to dry. So I did not do this before I came on because I wanted to show you guys how it works. All right, so you can see that I have got some green raffia at this point. Let me do just a little bit more and then we will move on. So spring, what do you think of when you think of spring? I think of new beginnings. I think of, you know, of course, new beginnings. I'm going to be thinking of Easter then, and then the cross and what that means in my life of new beginnings. I'm going to be thinking of, right, the earth is sort of in a phase of new beginnings. So I think of new beginnings, right? That offers all different types of possibilities. Happy hump day, Carrie says. The day we know we have 2 days left until the weekend. Woohoo! All right. Okay, I feel like I'm pretty much done with my raffia. Again, you could do more, but I'm going for a more rustic feel with my project. So I'm going to say this is done, and I'm going to set it aside for now. Where am I going to set it? There we go. All right, next up is going to be our DIY bead kit. Now, who on here, have you guys done this bead kit, or have you purchased the Carrot DIY bead kit yet? Let me know in the comments if you have purchased the beaded Carrot kit, or if you have plans to. If you have you made it yet? And what are you doing it? Where are you displaying it? So I have mine in a dough bowl next to some little peas in a pod that I made. Thought those were cute. All right. Okay, so let's get to work on the Carrot DIY kit, the beads. So the beads, they come in all different sizes, and it comes with enough, right, with all the twine and everything. You got more than enough to do lots of things. But where the beads are concerned, we have enough to make 3 carrots the way that we designed them. Now you could divide them up and make smaller carrots, and you could essentially get 6 carrots, but I'm going to go with the 3 because I think that's going to fit better with what I'm doing. So I'm just going to make 3 basically piles right here. And so you're going to get, each one of the carrots is going to get 2 of the large ones. It's going to get 2 of the medium ones. It's going to get 2 of the next size down. We've got a theme going here, huh? And I just like to put them in order so I'll remember where I am and what I'm doing. And then so 2 of the and then 2 of the little guys, the little tiny ones. I think those are the 6mm ones. Can't be 100% sure. Let me grab my tape. Okay, and I like to put some tape on the end of my twine, so I'm just going to grab some twine. This time I'm going to start with just the regular jute, the, you know, the neutral or natural colored jute. All right, DIY crafting. Thanks, Lise, for showing us how to color raffia. What a great way to add to our Easter baskets. Yes, thank you. I mean, you know, sometimes you get to that place, and I've seen you guys do it. You're on the fly and you're like, uh-oh, crud, I forgot this. So I'm just going to grab a piece, cut it. I'll do that a couple more times. I am going here, let's see, so I can let you guys know, about 16 inches. I'm not saying I'm going to need all that, but I am going to need it to tie the ends off. So I'm going to go ahead and go 16 inches. Plus, like I said, I got a lot. I can do what I want. All right, so I'm going to grab one of them, and I'm going to knot it, and I'm going to make 2 knots, okay? I want to make sure that the beads don't fall through. Now, you could do a couple of things here, but you see this knot? That's essentially going to be the tip of my carrot. You know, like, it's going to be like the root of the carrot. All right, and then I'm going to take a little bit of that tape, and I'm going to put it around the other end. And the reason for that is so that it doesn't try to fray, and I have a nice beginning, basically something to thread it through. And I'm just going to just roll it really tight. All right, and clip off the end that I don't need. Okay, so I've got the end, the root end ready to go, and it's got that knot, and then I've got the other end taped. So so I can feed it through the beads. All right, so now I'm going to feed it through the beads. I'm starting with the little guy, and you see why I said not twice? The bead's not going to go through. All right, so 2 of the little guy, little teeny guys, 2 of the next sides up. Whoops. 2 of, so that would be like the small, 2 of the medium, and 2 of the large. I guess I probably should have done a couple of them before I came on, huh? So you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do them. All right, and then I'm going to set that aside and get to the others. Look at that. That's going to be a cute carrot. See my carrot and see the little end, and I'm just going to leave it like that. I don't feel the need to cut the end off because it does look like a little, it looks like the root, right? So I'm going to make another double knot. And if you don't like the way the knot looks, you can sort of clip off the end, but I think it's cute, so I'm leaving mine on. All right, so I'm looking to see, hey, Linda, getting the motorcycle out. That's what Elizabeth thinks when she thinks of Easter, huh? Kathy, thank you for sprinkling tulips and lilacs in the spring. Okay, yeah, I love flowers. Okay, I got it and did it, my first project, and I love it, Deanne says. Fantastic. I am glad to hear that. Okay, each season, we try to think of things that you guys would like to do, things that might be fun to add to your tiered trays, to your dough bowls, to your just home decor, and just to make life easier for you, and so you don't have to really put too much thought and shopping and buy a lot of supplies for getting these DIY kits together. I think it's super helpful, especially for parties and such. All right, my knot is in the end, and I am going to do the next carrot. Then I got one more, and I will show you what I'm going to do. I bet you're wondering, who's wondering what I'm going to do with that cutting board? Anybody have any ideas about what I might have in mind for that cutting board? Anybody? Medium cutting board, and I painted it white. And I told you that I had some burlap fabric, and I have some, this thing's got something stuck in it, and I've got some like muslin almost. Any thoughts about what I might be up to? What is she up to? Let me see if anybody knows. The carrots around the handle. Oh, Mary, that's a good idea. Oh, where am I? I got lost. Anybody else? Carrot cutting board. Sort of, sort of. Oh, hyacinths. Oh my goodness, I love those. They're fantastic. You cannot duplicate their fragrance. Absolutely. Okay, anybody else on an idea? Dang it. That's what I get for talking and not paying attention. Anybody else on an idea for what I might be doing with this cutting board? Remember, I got some fabric in play, so, and I got that stencil I wanted to work with. I love it because the possibilities are pretty much endless about what I want to do. And I need to pay attention a little bit more because I was going to put one extra bead on this carrot. Okay, so here are my carrots now. Got 2 of them. Let's do one more, and we'll move on. So, okay, carrot cutting board. All right, so anybody else, any ideas on what you think I'll be doing with the cutting board? So I got my jacket on here. You guys see my Magnolia jacket? Love this jacket. I'm going to tell you something. Even in the Carolinas today, it is a little bit too cold for me. Or maybe it's just this office, but I don't fare well in the cold. Anybody else? I'm so excited for the sun and for the spring. So excited. Okay. All right, you guys, like I said, just as a reminder that today is Win It Wednesday, and the question of the day is, what comes to mind when you think of spring? And, you know, that could be anything. World's your oyster. All right, last one here. All right. Please feel free to sprinkle the love, Share this with friends, neighbors, anybody who you think might be interested in the crafting world so that they'll have an opportunity to win as well. Let's see. Okay, someone's thinking rebirth. Oh yeah, Donna, for sure. For sure. Hey, you guys, if you stuck with me last week, I really appreciate it. My computer decided that it was just going to restart in the middle of my life. I had such a great time making the project, but I was so disappointed it turned off. So, yeah, just anybody else do that, like total restart. You come back to your computer, like, what the heck happened? All right, so I got my 3 carrots now. Now, what you're supposed to do is you are supposed to then take the twine and the baker's twine and these ribbons and do something with them. I had the idea, or let's say Crystal had the idea. She wanted these carrots in something. She's like, hey, do you think you could do the carrots standing up in something? So I'm going to use, I wouldn't normally do this if this was just in my, going to sit in my dough bowl. But because this is going to sit up in the project that I'm doing that I'm not going to tell you about, I am going to put a skewer through the holes now. Okay, and the only reason I'm doing that is I would like for it now to be, be able to stand up, be firm, be stiff. All right. Now, let me see. Based on the holes, I don't know if it's going to go all the way through, but it's going pretty far. All right, so there we go. So now it's more firm, right? Just the bottom is able to move around. Oh, crud. Let me try that again. I think I'll glue it this time instead of playing with it. All right, so now I am going to put a little bit of glue in there. All right, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the top there so it sticks, okay? And I'll do the others as well, and then we will get moving on the cutting board so I can show you my idea. Let's see, my daffodils blooming remind me of spring. I think of the snow finally melting and tulips, Danielle says. All right, so this is able to go all the way down. Oh, cute little, I love these things. They're so adorable. Let me bring my glue gun up here. I'll glue the top again. I just put a little dollop of glue just to keep that skewer in place. I'm gonna clip off the end later after it has a chance to dry. I don't want to try to get all wily on me and try to move away. And all right, so one last one, and then we will move on to the next part of our project. I think this is going to be a cute project. All right, let me set that aside. Okay, now I have got my cutting board. And my thought was I am going to put a burlap, basically make like a burlap sack about this far down. And then I'm going to put words on the burlap sack. All right, so what I want to do next is to take my burlap and cut out around this to see where I think it should go. That's a big old piece of burlap. Okay. Let's see, get the frayed edge. That'll be nice. All right. So now I am going to just cut it. Make sure it'll go around. Up and around. And I am just spitballing this. I'm just eyeing it. As my friend here would say, Patsy Ray would say, chicken eye. I'm going to chicken eye it. Okay, so now I've got a piece of burlap. I'm going to trim that down a little bit so I have a little, like even amounts of fray across it, even though this is going to be in the back. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you have something that's not fraying well, especially if it's a piece of fabric, do you know that you can grab it together like this and rub it on a piece of sandpaper and it'll start to fray. It's a pretty neat trick. All right, so now I'm going to take this and I want to make a pouch for my carrots. Okay, so I'm going to just glue this on here somewhere. I think about this far down. Let me see. About this far down. And I'm thinking maybe it needs to like hang over. Do you think? Should I fold it over like this, do you think? Linda says, I think of lilacs. Okay. Donna says I was right. Yep, you were, Donna. Okay, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it over. And I'm going to get my finger protectors because I almost always burn myself. Okay, and I'm just going to put a thin line of glue across here, across the top, so I can fold it down. Fold it over, you know, basically make a little flap. And I'm even doing it around the back as well. Okay, I think that's going to be cute. Now you're like, hey, why are you doing that burlap? Oh my gosh, the burlap, the glue will come right through the burlap and burn the daylights out of my finger. See, right there. Why did I not put it on that finger? Okay. Okay, it's doing just what I hoped. I've got a little fold over like this. And now I'm going to glue it to my board. Donna is the winner of the guessing game today. All right, so I'm going to glue this down, and I'm going to let me glue around the edges first so the pouch doesn't come undone, unhinged. And I'm doing it kind of, and I'm going to say just kind of loosely. I'm not pulling it tight because I want to be able to put some stuff in that pocket. All right, let's see. So here we go. There's my pocket. Let's see if I can put stuff in it. It looks like I'm going to be able to. All right. So all right, and then I will come around the back and glue it. I'm going to glue up the edge around the back first. It got, I guess, kind of giving it more of a clean look. Again, with those fingers, with those finger protectors, because I do not want to burn myself again. Can't tell you how many times a week I do. Okay, and then I'm going to come around and wrap it around here. Actually, I don't even need that much, so I'm going to pull some of it off so it doesn't get too bunchy. Myself personally, I don't like to look at the back of a project and see it like half done. So I do want to make sure that when I'm folding it towards the back, it looks complete and done. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I mean here in just a second, just a hot second. All right, let me get some glue going here. I'm going to fold over the edge again. I like more of like a professional finish look. They don't all turn out that way, right? Because sometimes I'm in a hurry, but I do prefer that. All right, so I folded that down and put a line of glue here and fold it over. I'm going to show it to you guys in just a second. And it's, again, this is, you know, preference. Everybody's going to do their own thing. But see what I've got going here so far, and then I'm going to come around here and close up the flap, okay? I'm going to trim this down a little bit too. I don't need all of that. Just give it a nice finish look. It's okay if it's a little bit frayed, but I do want to make sure that it, when I turn this product, my final product around to the side or the back, that it looks like it was intentional. All right, got that in place, and then I'm going to put this a line right here, and then I'll show you guys real quick what we have so far. Has anybody done this yet? Anybody done something like this yet? If so, please share with us. Okay, so this is the back. See how that looks finished? And this is the front. It's giving me just enough room to put those carrots down in there. That's what I'm going to do with them. All right, so let me finish off the back by just gluing it down in place now that I know where everything is and where I want it. I am going to leave the back, the top open a little bit in case I need a little more room and want to pull to the front, okay? All right, so there we go. Now, I'm going to put those carrots in there when I'm done with it, but I want something on the front that says something about my carrots. So next I'm going to grab my Spring Rolling Pin Springs 12 pack. And in here there are so many good words. Marilyn says, I like to look at lilacs, but they give me a migraine. Oh no, so I can't have them in the house, but they sure are beautiful, aren't they? All right, so I'm going to pick the one that says, I could go for bunny or egg hunt, and I'm going to go for carrot patch and the carrots, okay? There are so many good things you could choose on here. You could have flower garden, happy Easter, faith, cross, rejoice, Jesus lives, keep growing, full bloom. We are going to go with carrot patch today. And I've just cut out these two, and now I'm going to cut them separate. And if I had remembered my pen, I would I would put on there what it was. All right, so now I've got a piece of muslin. This is just like, could be any duck cloth or anything like that. And I am going to, I think I'm just going to chalk. We'll see how it turns out. So I'm going to put some, now I have a little bit of a frayed edge right here and I like it a lot. So let me see about where I could hold this up and then do the carrot patch. So I could actually, I'm going to trim this down a little bit and then I'm going to fray it. Because after all, it is a little bit rustic, right? And how much am I going to need? Not a bunch. So no reason to fray the whole thing if I don't need it, right? All right, so I'm just going to start pulling on some of the edges off all the way around. I'm going to fray it all the way around. So it looks like it was meant to be frayed. And that's what's great about it, because I don't have to give it, it doesn't have to be a finished look because it's supposed to look like this. All right. If you're having trouble pulling any of the threads, you can start at the top, and any that are exposed will just come right off. Also, you could, if your fingers are having an issue, let me see, that's not small enough. If your fingers are having an issue, you can, with the grip, you could use, that looks good. You could use some, what am I trying to say? You could use some pliers. Those help a lot too. Okay, so let me pull a few more and we will start, adding our carrot patch words on there, and then we will put it all together. I think this is going to turn out cute. All right, see what we have so far? I think that's looking good. Has anybody made a carrot patch yet today? I mean, this season, I think of lilacs. I think you put it on backwards on the front side. Oh no, I didn't. I want the flap hanging over, but thank you for looking out for me. I appreciate it, especially early on in the game, right? That way I can still change it if I need to. All right, I think I'm probably frayed enough. It's going to look just like this. What do you guys think about that? All right, so now I am going to take my carrot patch and put that on here. I'm going to hold it almost all the way to the top so I can get them both on there. All right, I've got carrot patch right here like this. I'm going to move it down a little bit, actually. I can see through to the other side, and I can see exactly where I want it. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put the carrot patch on there. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to go in with some, oh heck, I'll use ink. It just takes a little bit longer to dry, so I was hoping to do the chalk paste, but the ink is going to last longer. So right now I am using our chocolate brown ink, and I'm just going to go in with a little bit of that. It is not chocolate brown. That would have been the chalk paste. This is a cocoa bean. All right, so I'm going to come in here, and I am making the carrot patch brown, the words. All right. I have got some orange out. And I have got some green out, to work on the carrots. All right. Put this one aside. Okay. Hi, Deb. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us. Morning. It says morning. What time is it where you are, lady? All right. So let me pull this off. And I'll put this aside on our backer. Want to put it on the slick side. Okay. I didn't mark the back. It would have been easier for me to remember or see it. All right. See my carrot patch? All right. Next one. Next up is the carrots. So the carrots, I am going to go ahead and do some orange. I think it's pumpkin spice, or anyway, it's an orange color. I'll tell you in just a minute. And then I am going to do the, this is like an emerald green or a green, some kind of green. Any green will do. All right, let me just heat this up real quick. Maybe sure I don't pull up that color. All right, and now I'm going to put my carrots on. I'm trying to get those in the middle. All right, so this is the orange that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to come in here and get some, just a smidge of that, and do my carrots. I'll show them to you here in just a second as soon as I get this ink on there. This ink is permanent ink, remember. So it's gonna, it's gonna be just what it says. It's gonna be permanent. So do watch your clothing, and know that once you put it on there, that's it. Now I will say this: like if you put it on a ceramic or whatever, you can go ahead and wash it right away, and it would come off. You don't until it dries, and you heat set it. It could possibly be removed. I would say a little less so with the fabric, right? So right now I've got the carrots. And I want the top to be a little bit green. So I'm going to come in with some green, but I also don't want it like so bright. I think because of the nature of the project that I'm doing, I want a smidge of brown in there. So I'm going to grab some of this brown and put it just right over what I just did with the green. Okay, and I'll show you here in just a second. Oops, she's mixing the colors. Okay, there's my green and my orange. And I'm going to put just a smidge of brown in there on the little leaves, okay, and maybe a little bit of that on the carrots as well, just to make them look a little more rustic. All right, you see I just put a smidge of brown everywhere. All right, let me remove that, and we'll get it. Oh, it turned out cute, you guys. All right, I will show you. Let me put this on here and set it aside, and put this over here out of my way, so because I'm real famous for getting stuff all over stuff. Anybody else like me? Okay, oh, early afternoon, Deb says. Okay, sometimes it feels like morning, Yesterday was like a crazy day. Yesterday was like Monday. It was like a Monday. All right, here's my carrot patch. Didn't that turn out adorable? All right, I'm gonna put my carrot patch right on the front. So I am going to use my glue gun. Let me dry this just a smidge. Again, don't want to smudge it, so let me just dry it real quick, and then I'll put it on there. That is good. Go around the edge, put some glue on it. Now you could use some Surebonder glue that is a fabric glue, but since I'm not really going to be washing this or really doing anything with it other than using it for decor, I'm fine with the glue that's in my glue gun right now. That is just your standard glue. All right, and I'll put this on here. Goodness knows, should have grabbed my finger protectors. There we go. And I'm just going to pat it on because, well, I don't want to smear the ink. All right, guys, what do you think? Is that cute? You like that? I love it. I love it. Okay, now on to the carrots. Then we'll put the carrots inside of our little cutting board, carrot patch, and we'll dress it up a little bit, okay? So I got my carrots. What did I do with my clippers? I didn't bring my clippers. All right, let me just clip off this, or break off this bamboo stick. probably use that other little piece of it for another project. Okay, so I've got the bamboo sticking up, but because I wanted it to actually stand, I needed to have it like this. All right, now I am going to grab my twine, and I have got for this one, I decided all of them, I'm going to do the green twine, but you can mix and match, you know, it's yours. Do whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and I typically wrap it. So basically it's the same as making a tassel, right? So I'm just going to wrap it around my hands like, you know, 20 times, something like that. The fact that I'm talking to you and doing it, who knows how many I'm really going to do. But I'm going to go ahead and just snip it off. And then with that remaining twine, I'm going to catch it right in the middle here. You see that? And then I am going to tie it real tight. Now what I do on these carrots is I tie the knot really close to the last bead, because it's supposed to be the greenery, right? So I really close to the last bead. And then I tie it in a double knot. And just for extra measure, okay? All right, so this is what I have. And now I'm going to take, you can either take another piece of twine, or you can take some of this ribbon, or this ribbon, or the baker's twine, and, you know, tie it around, loop it around. I'm going to take some more of the the regular twine, the natural twine, and I'm going to get it about an inch down, like we would a tassel, right? And then I'm just going to twirl it around a couple of times, and then I'm going to tie it in a knot. 2 knots, actually, a double knot. All right, very adorable. Thank you. Deb says, did the easy peasy DIY bead carrots last night into mini carrots. So fun and easy. Oh, how cute. Deb, I hope you posted them. I'd love to see them. Okay, so now there's my greenery. And I'm going to trim the edge away from my project board, everything I'm working on. Clean up later. And there we go. There's my carrot. Now I'm going to put the first carrot in there. There's my first carrot. Trying to decide, you know what, I think I know what I want to do. I'm not putting that carrot in there yet. Okay, let me do the other one, the others, and then we will see what happens. Okay, I'll get some more of this twine, and all right, hang with me, you guys. We're almost to the end, and you're gonna see how adorable it is, how stinking cute these all are. I think I know what I'm going to do now to like bring them all together, and make them really like pop and stand up out of that bag, so to speak. Okay, grabbing it again, catching it in the middle, and then just bringing it right up here close to the bead. You know, I'm going to make a knot, double knot, right? These are so easy to make and so cute, and I love the idea of, you know, possibly even breaking it apart and making 6 out of them, because there is 2 of each size, so essentially you could make 6 instead of 3. That would be great. All right, let me get some more twine here. And I'm, you know, just for our project today, I'm going to do every one of them the same. When I did them before, I did each one of them a little bit different, but it's yours. Do what you want. All right, so I'm going to grab the twine, and grab it in the middle again. Going to grab it right there, and just keep on keeping on. I'm going to just roll it around a few times, and then tie it in a double knot, and trim it up. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, I got a better idea. You know what? I think I want to make a little bow. Make a cute little bow. Yeah, make a little twine bow. That'll be cute, huh? Make a cute little twine bow at the end, at the top. Isn't that cute? All right, and these others, let me get that clipped off, and we'll do one more. All right, now we got two. We're getting somewhere. All right, I'm gonna put a little bow on this one too. Keep them all the same. Easy peasy. Do you guys have your house decorated for spring yet? I'm like, let me see. It is the 22nd. So how many days? Someone do the math for me. How many days away is Easter? I mean, spring, right? It lasts for quite some time, but I do like to have spring done, you know, by Easter. Pretty much of it anyway. All right, last one. Anybody know? Oh, Angie says, when I hear spring, I think of rebirth on Easter. I just wish spring would hurry up and move back home to Mississippi instead of one-day visits every 7 to 10 days. I hear you. What is up with this weather? It's the craziest thing. Go outside. I've got this jacket on, right, because I'm cold here. Go outside probably feels fantastic. But inside, I'm still freezing because it's been freezing for days. All right. Oh, I messed this. I can't keep my twine straight. Okay. Last one. Then we'll put it all together and have so much fun with it. Last carrot. Oh, here we go. Now, if you guys are just popping on and you didn't see before, I added to the carrots do not come with any bamboo sticks, but I put a bamboo stick through the carrots after I put the twine in there just to make them stiff because I wanted them to stand up in my carrot patch bag. Okay, so now I am going to do this last one and then we will bring them together and see how adorable they are. Okay, do you guys like carrots? Do you cook with carrots or you eat them raw? I tend to think that like carrots, for me anyway, are like, they're like kind of a little bit like nature's candy. They're pretty delicious. All right. All right, a little more twine. We'll get all of this stuff out of the way. Oop, don't go away. I need that. And this one. Look how much twine I have left, you guys. Look at that. Look how much of the baker's twine I have left. Like, there's so much I could do with all that. Okay, so this is a really great deal, and you could make, you know, so many different carrots with it. Okay, so now let me bind this up and make the head of this, right, so-called tassel. It's, what is this part called on the carrot, the green part? Anybody know? Not the leaves, I guess, sort of the leaves, huh? I don't know what it's called. Anybody? Cook with butter and brown sugar. Yes. 18 days until Easter. Thank you, Shayna. She's in the other room laughing. Okay. Alrighty then. Pull this all up. Tie it in a double knot. And then we'll put a bow on it. And then we're going to do what I had in mind with these little carrots. And our raffia. So if you guys are just hopping on and you missed the raffia, I did go ahead and put the, color the raffia, because I didn't have green. I did go ahead and color the raffia with some ink and a watered down ink, okay? And you can do the same for yourself. All right, so here are my 3 carrots. Cute. All right, let me get my raffia. Here's that raffia I was working on. Okay, you guys see it? That's going to be part of what we do next. So now I've got my carrot patch. And I want to put my carrots down in there. But I don't really want them to like, really, go anywhere. So I think I'm going to bind them together with this ribbon. So now I'm kind of catching them around this, right where the carrot ends and the green stuff starts. Anybody know what that's called? And then I'm going to bind them together. Let's see. Nobody knows what that's called. Okay, we're all in the same boat. Here are my carrots. They're all together, cute little carrots, little carrot bunch. All right, let's take this raffia that I made. Not even sure that it's dry, but I'm going to cut it up a little bit and shove it down into my carrot patch thing I just made. And we will then put our carrots down in there. Okay, I got some right here. Let me get some on the other side. Think about raffia. It just goes all over the place, doesn't it? Okay. As you can see, I'm not too concerned that it's not all green. I mean, that's just life, right? Not everything is green, 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 green. I have just enough room in this patch for my carrots. Now you can, you know, like, here, I'll try this. Let's see. Nah, let me see this. I was going to say if you wanted your carrot bag to look a little heftier, you could shove some stuff down in there. Maybe you could even put like baggies, or this, when we were done using this, you could have crumpled that up and put it in the bottom. Anything to kind of like stuff it if you wanted to. Let me glue the back. Get another piece of glue. Glue the back down. And we'll put our carrots in. And look how cute. Look how cute so far. Okay. We'll put our carrots in. Oh, I got them going the wrong way. My bow's on the other side. Come on, girl, get it straight. Okay. And there is my carrot patch bag. All right, well, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I just used this, the carrot DIY kit to make 3 carrots, and I colored some of this raffia with some green ink and a little bit of water. I used one of our 2-pack medium cutting boards. Oh, sorry, that looks like this, and painted it white. And then I added some burlap. I cut some duck fabric, and I used our spring rolling pin words, and I put carrot patch and carrots on there. And then, you know what, let me do one more thing, because I really want to show you guys this, and I don't know why I didn't do this before I put my carrots in there. Actually, let me take the carrots out and I'll show you what I had in mind. I'm like, this looks super cute, but what about if I had just something a little bit different going on there? So I have my, where is it? I don't know what I did with it. Let me grab another one. Hang on a second. Okay. You guys, you know how I like to use these scrubber brushes. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit of one. What I've been doing recently is, because I really like to use what I have, since I already have this brown ink and I wanted to make this a little more rustic, I'm going to put the ink on the back of my scrubby. And you know, you can go around anywhere on this thing and kind of just distress it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit on the edges of my bag. And then a little bit on the edges of my board. This is not like chalk paste, right? It's not going to come off. It's going to be permanent. But it, for those of you who love to use the ink pads and don't have ink the same color as what you're using on your project, you can use this idea instead. All right, so let me come up here. I'm going to distress it just a little bit more, and then I'll share with you what I've done. All right, I distressed it up there, and then I also, I don't know if you can see it, I distressed the edges, and I'll do it just a little bit more so it'll come through there a little clearer. And now I've distressed my bag. You see the bag? It looks a little more worn. Oop, there we go. Okay, well, let me put the carrots back in there, show you my project again, and say goodbye to you for the day. I think this turned out so cute. I'm just loving it. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and please share, sprinkle around the love, and I will see you later. I hope you win. Bye-bye.